Welcome back to Broadbeach Bowls Club for the 2026 Australian Open. We are bathed in sunshine again here on Green 1, and we're bringing you the Vision-Impaired Open Pairs Final. I've been lucky enough to have a little change in commentary, and we thought we'd give you a surprise this time. It's the one and only Jimmy C. Hello, Jimmy.
Fantastic, Captain. Really good. I threatened Robbie with eating his pies and things like that, because once you have completely impartial commentators, it's nice to be completely impartial when I have two of my club mates playing and a third, our four Bargara people on the field here, the two directors and the two players. I will be obviously completely impartial. And everybody from Bargara knew this game was coming on at 11 o'clock. It was scheduled and advertised, so we will have a lot of people throwing comments back from down at Bargara on Friday morning.
Beautiful, we love it. So, well, I might do the introductions for the team in the blue uniform. We have Helen Broadman and Calvin Rogers, and their directors respectively Michelle Jordan and Jason Schuchens. I hope I pronounced that one correct this time around for Jason.
I can get the others pretty easy. We have Jake Felberg with his brother Cody. Cody's got to get home by Sunday to play in the Champion of Champions singles, and pretty handy sort of a director to have one of our leading skips from Bundaberg. In the other end we have Dallas Harding with director Marty Atwood. Marty being a selector at Bargara, he'll probably pick Dallas in one of these teams next shortly. And Dallas being a proper ex-rugby union player for New Zealand, where Robbie claims to be a junior All Black, or Dallas was a pretty handy rugby union player in his day. So, interesting little game here, because these four players are basically four of the five. If we threw Scott Kinnear in as well, they're the leading players in the Vision-Impaired Bowls, and they've been in finals every year. Helen's played with Jake one year, I think with Scotty Kinnear one year, and last year Dallas won the singles in the morning and went straight back out to play pairs, and I think he played with Scotty Kinnear and they got beaten in the final of the pairs straight after he'd won the singles. His heart was still pumping pretty hard after winning on the last bowl in the singles, and he didn't quite produce his very best in the final of the pairs about half an hour later.
Yeah, it's never easy having to... a good problem to have.
Being in two finals, one after the other, is a good problem, but being able to produce your best is the hard part.
Yeah, there's always that little letdown after you've, perhaps a little bit of adrenaline rushing and getting a result and then having to back straight up. Yep. I remember playing a semi-final in the fours out at Helensvale many moons ago now, and last bowl sort of thing, and I don't think I've ever played a game of lawn bowls where I've felt adrenaline like that, and then not 5 minutes later I had to get out there and play the semi-final in the pairs. So
righto,
never easy.
But I'm looking at the wrong screen on mine. Yep.
So we're underway.
And we have a Deepwood with the first bowl from Helen.
Marty's first two attempts.
She's improved this one and picked it up. That will bring her back one into play. It's gone back to Jack High with the back one.
Well, that was a serious two-bowl play. Early days.
Trail the kitty back 8 feet with your second bowl. No mucking around.
So I haven't actually got the classifications here for the VI. Do you?
Whether they're threes or fours or fives. No, I don't know them exactly. Have a go at that for a shot. Dallas says, you hit it back there, I'll draw it.
That's an incredible shot. Almost, probably a couple of metres just short of full length. First end. What can Helen produce here with their third bowl?
Dallas, being a fairly high-class sportsman in the football ranks, always meant he was going to be a bit of a bowler when he took it up, but losing his sight handicapped him a bit. He hasn't been playing all that long, maybe 5 years or something like that. It's not like he's been playing for 20 years like Jakey probably has been.
So do you know whether that the impairment sort of has happened rather recently, has it?
Yeah,
with Dallas?
Probably in the last 5 years.
Okay.
Whereas Jakey was born that way.
Yep.
Was raining so hard one night, nobody came to drive, so we thought we'd let Jake drive. He couldn't lose his licence. We had to change the gears and do the steering for him.
He would have been hands up for that, knowing Jake.
Yeah. We didn't do it, but, it was scared a few people thinking we might do it.
Well, he settled in pretty quickly. Beautiful speed.
Nice first bowl.
Yeah, well, Calvin, no stranger to this rink. He saluted yesterday with a great win.
What did he beat Scotty by? I never got to see it.
I do have it here. He got him to 12. 21-12 it was.
Okay, I was talking to his brother Sog, and he said that Scotty had been playing that well through the rounds. He thought he would win it, but when he came out into the final, he didn't produce his best.
Well,
lovely thing for your brother to say.
He definitely produced his best with the last 4 ends. He went 2-3-1-2 to close it out.
Okay. It might be 2 years ago when Jake played Calvin, and as they run up the green together like this, they had the same sunnies, the same build, the same, and they didn't have the blue uniform, they had their club uniform on.
A spectacular shot that was.
That was worth running up down the green for.
Yeah, and I think as Calvin sort of got towards the head, he sort of slapped his leg like he thought he might have been short, so running on a little bit freer than perhaps he thought.
Perhaps he couldn't see it properly.
Well, every chance. So Cody and Jake going to come up and have a closer look at this.
They've just rolled this green.
Yeah.
It doesn't need a little bit of extra weight up and down on it as well.
So we've noted in the earlier game that there wasn't any dew. There was a real heavy dew yesterday, but there was no dew this morning when I got up. Nudged the sparrow and told him it was time, and then walked out onto the back lawn, and there was not a drop of dew. So this green, it's been played on plenty. It'll be nice and hard and compacted underneath now. Getting a nice bake with the sun. It'll probably tune up towards 15 and a half seconds, I'd imagine.
Yep, it's running quite freely, isn't it? It was only last Sunday where Jake and Cody played in the Champion of Champions 4s, and they were just nudged out in the district final by Timmy Smith's team, which was a star-studded team with Kajewski, Mickey Tobin and Junior McMahon playing spectacular on a 17-second green. And Jakey led, Cody skipped. They just got rolled on the last end by 2. So they have been playing in the top top range, winning the club and almost winning the district champion of champions.
All right.
Well, it's got to be one only, isn't it?
Yeah, I think there's just a bit of a consideration whether they take a little early punt, try and land on the orange bowl, or bring in.
I suppose you can't
bring
have
in
a
Helen's
problem
bowl.
rolling the toucher onto it makes two as well.
No.
Pretty impressive first end.
Absolutely. Helen's second bowl, trailing the jack 8 feet up the line to her catcher.
Straight to her backward.
2-bowl plan. And then nearly
How
a back
these
resting
guys run up
toucher.
the green together.
So much energy. Probably looking for it to turn a little bit more, but as we mentioned, running pretty freely, so any weight they're going to hold off.
One blue.
And that'll be 1 to Helen and Calvin to open proceedings.
Now, just while they're starting off, just on your own bowls, after winning the Queensland singles, state singles only 2-3 weeks ago now, I suppose. But it might be longer than that, seeing as we've been here for 2 or 3 weeks. Going more into coaching, is that
Yeah,
the
so
way I read things when you said you mightn't be playing so much competition bowls?
yeah, that's right. So I've started my coaching business nearly 2 years ago, and I'm just enjoying it so much. I obviously starting a business with it, I was enjoying it in any case. But when I first started coaching, I sort of just got the ticket. I wasn't really all that keen in using it,
Yep.
you know. And then, but once I did and started to really enjoy, you know, going on a bit of a journey with the player that you invested with, and yeah, there's nothing like seeing the pennies drop and the light bulbs go on for a player, and seeing their enjoyment and success come out of that. That's something I'm really enjoying. So,
Well, during the
looking to put more
state
time into it.
during the state games that I was at, Timmy Swanson came to me at one stage and said, "I've had to change my delivery around with this reason and that reason, that my shoulder and my elbow, whatever else." He said, "And it's not quite working. I need to." So I said, "Well, I think I know the bloke you should go and see, because as far as I understand it, one of my best mates, Mark Winter, and Jenny Lim have been to some coaching from you, Matty. I
Yes.
don't know whether Timmy Swanson's been to see you or not, but
Well, Timmy's actually just sent me a message too. So
I forced him onto you only because Mark Winter and Jenny told me how much that you'd actually helped them. So
yeah, right. Yeah, well, Mark. Well, obviously, you know, Mark has been a very successful player for a long time.
doesn't
himself.
play as good now as he used to, let me say, because it's one of the few players that ever got recalled into the state side,
Yep.
which is pretty fantastic. Like middle 90s to late 90s. That's the way to run into a short bowl. I remember he lost to semi-final of the state singles to Robbie Perella by 25-22 or something like that in the state singles final. Dallas is there.
Great shot, Dallas. It's second time he's drawn a back resting toucher.
In 2 ends. See, looking at Marty's hat, Marty wears a great variety of caps and hats at Bargara, a different one every day, I think. But Dallas has got the black hat for being the baddie, and Marty's got the white hat for being the goodie by the look of things. We haven't got too many comments here. Surely somebody's wants to give us a rev about something.
There you go. You got Richard Shield.
Shieldsy, he had a
Hey.
bet.
How you, Jimmy, after the country rigged win?
City Country, yes, we flogged them.
Yeah, unfortunately, just getting stuck on that bowl of Helen's. Looked like he had pretty reasonable weight, but pumps that up for probably second shot.
We had a couple of these bowls this end have run into the really short bowl. We're thinking Jakey's going to make a second one at that much room.
Now,
But Calvin's first up. We'll see what he can do.
so we've got the mat up. Oh, what's that? 3.5, 4 metres from the tee, and
He's just stepping it out himself now.
yeah, and basically down on the tee with the jack. So you might be able to see on the left-hand side of your screen the little markers, meterage indicators, and they'll do a little bit of quick math to work out exactly what the distance is. And these players train this kind of swing,
It's heading the right way.
the kind of distance on the kind of speed of surface.
It's heading the right way,
That's
all
a
right.
very good shot. Gee whiz. It's almost a carbon copy of last end.
Yep. That's Dallas.
Dallas is taking up a little bit of the screenshot there. Take the players a little while to find their bearings on the rink.
I guess Jake was trying to be behind, got too far behind.
Well, I know that Calvin's not too afraid to have a little ping, and he's got
Looks like
bowl
he's
jack target.
doing a fair bit of back swinging. And he's playing aggressive.
He's not too far away. Just going to get caught on the front bowl. Doesn't like the aggression. He's got 2 seconds. Probably turned a little bit more than even I was thinking. I thought he'd sent it down on a pretty fair track. The ball's coming in on the backhand short.
Marty, shift yourself out of the road, Marty.
There
Got
we
the
go.
message without Robbie getting his bit of 4B2 out. Well, no reason to change much, I wouldn't think. He's a little wider.
Yes, he
Must be close.
got a little bit more force. He's right through his own bowl. Oh, nearly,
Everything but.
nearly. Jakey looking for a fairly big correction. He's made his way around those bowls.
1-1 on 2.
Pretty good effort there. Players just take a little while to find their way around the rink. As we said, it's starting to get a little bit slippery out there. Getting a little bit quicker, certainly than yesterday.
Yes, we'll having the good weather for several days in a row now.
Yeah, and even after all the rain we've had, tends to sort of compact everything. And
I saw Bear out rolling it. I didn't realise they rolled between games.
yeah,
Mostly Robbie Alder and I have been here for a few days. Mostly we've been up the other end.
Yeah, he did it in between each game yesterday.
Yep. Bear doing all the work. Bear Lutton doing all the work. He should have put Sheriff on the. Give him a bit something to do when you're the second in charge greenkeeper. Pass off a few little jobs like go and roll that green, Omar.
It's probably the first time in 7 or 8 years that Aaron hasn't been playing
on the last day. Well, it's hard to make the final out of how many hundred players year in, year out. It's got to be one day you get on one of those really heavy greens that someone gets more clicks off the side bowl than you do. Nearly there.
So this is our second game of the broadcast today. We'll be finishing up with the multi-disability open men's singles after this. Josh Barry from Victoria playing Mark Noble, New Zealand. So that game's scheduled for 2 o'clock. We did get ahead of the curve a little bit yesterday, Jimmy, and then by the end of it, we were right on schedule, starting the last game at 5:30.
Yep.
Of course, all the post-match speeches and ceremonies.
One of the few games that didn't go to the last bowl.
Yeah, all the post-match stuff will be done on the Bowls Australia live stream rink on Rink 1. The conclusion of both those games.
The finish of those games yesterday was unbelievable, and even this morning when Faye Clark played that last bowl, I mean, that added a bit of intrigue to anything. When you've got it won, you're not shaking hands. She's won the game by one. She plays the last bowl and knocks them in for an extra. If it doesn't bounce on the kitty, she'd have lost 2 5s in a row in 3-bowl pairs. You can't. Losing 2 5s in a row when you're 10 in front with 2 ends you'd have been jumping off the Gateway Bridge.
I said to Robbie, I think I would have just given up lawn bowls if I'd have managed to do something like that. But
she didn't have to play her last bowl. She only had to shake hands and accept the cheque, winning by 1.
Well,
there's no simple reason why she played that last bowl.
The strange part was I'd given her the benefit of the doubt, thinking that maybe she just miscalculated and thought that she was a draw down or something like that. But after speaking to her post-match, it sounded like she just thought, no, I just backed myself to draw the shot. That's incredible. She goes, I'll never do it again.
When they were 10 in front with 2 ends to play, I said, sitting watching it on the inside with Robbie Alder, I said, well, I might go and do all these phone calls and emails I've got to do before 11 o'clock because this game's over. The next thing they get a 5 and Pumpkins are in for another 5. Oh, my God.
Yeah, I actually didn't know what to say. There was a part of me that wanted to reach out and grab her bowl in the backswing and take it off her.
You've got to carry a bit of 4B2 to explain it properly. There's no rhyme or reason why you don't shake hands when you've won a final by 1 shot. We wanted to win it by 6 shots.
To be honest, Faye had played absolutely amazing throughout that game and probably had every right to do whatever she wanted to do with that last bowl, but as long as it was put it in her pocket, I'd have been happy with it. See a good shot there from Jakey Felberg.
Jake's made 2.
Count. So Calvin,
I wonder if these blokes practice running up the green together, because when they were playing, when it was a final of the singles, it was 2 years ago, I think. And it might have been the semi-finals, because they weren't in these colours. They were in their club colours. They had the sunnies on, the same coloured hat, the same height, the same build, as if they were twins. As they were running down the green, you had to try and figure out which one was the blind bowler and which one was the not blind bowler, because they dead set looked like twins, and they trotted along in step sort of thing.
Synchronised.
Yeah, synchronised running.
Yeah. Oh, I'm with you there. Sometimes it's hard to pick them apart. Been working together for quite some time now, Jason and Calvin. They've got a great relationship.
Yes, that's 2, it might even be 3 years ago, that game I'm talking about, when I first saw them jogging down the green side by side. Well, here they come.
What, you mean a bit like that?
Yeah, a bit like that. But I reckon they were shoulder to shoulder most of the time that year, where they split and go one each side now. Rightio, well, we're going round that one at that rate, Jake, aren't we? We don't want to be too close to it.
So we know from doing Calvin's singles match yesterday that he's classified as a B3.
Ran onto that yellow one. Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, it looks like it's just short of jack height. Helen's bowl, bit more jack height.
Yeah, it doesn't beat the one beside it. Probably doesn't beat the one on the other side of the jack either.
So Calvin definitely made a correction for his line with his second bowl. Just looking for a metre.
Here they come.
He knows he's put a little bit
He's
more
keen
on
on
that,
it.
but I think he might have just overcooked it a little bit. He catches an edge, getting it to roll in towards second shot.
Might be second shot, eh?
Got the scoreboard right in the way of...
Marcus trying to get 2 pegs out.
It looks like 2 from here. I'm just...
Oh, I didn't see these comments.
Squinting through.
How? Of course, that's how we won it. I did the draw. What, you think City had won it 2 years in a row. They weren't going to win 3 on the trot.
Yeah, I wondered whether you picked up. I said it after the Country rigged win. So 2 it is.
Yep.
To Dallas and Jake. They moved to a 3-1 lead after 3.
The ITO had it all figured out. She had 2 pegs ready to go while they were measuring. Yes, well, it's another thing that I always think that Robbie's got better than the other ones. Watching the games at Helensvale the other day, we got a little bit confused where on Robbie's games we have 3 ends out, after 3 ends out of whatever. The other ones have a certain number there, and I was figuring on them playing the last end because they had 17 ends on the pairs game and 14 ends on the rinks game, but there was 2 ends to play. They were on the 17th end and they were on the 14th end. I was saying they're playing the wrong shot because this is the last end.
Yeah, right.
And I'm the one that's wrong because of there was 2 ends
of the wording of it, yeah. Having N17.
Yeah, it was.
Or after 17 ends.
It was N17, and I'm thinking, as doing all the stuff basically with Robbie, is that it's up there and it's after 17 on the screen. They could fix that up for confusing idiots like myself, thinking they were playing the wrong shot at 2 behind on the last end. They should be playing something better than what they were playing, but they had 2 ends to play. It was completely different scenario, completely different. This one's heading the right way.
Yeah, Helen's.
I'm going to pull up a little bit now.
She hasn't had I don't think she's had too many short bowls just yet, Helen. She's certainly making sure she's reaching, which is vitally important.
Well, it's not wasted. It's back there on the lip of the ditch. Go Kelvin and Helen watching from Bangkok. And one watching from Mexico.
Is that Victoria or is that Mexico?
Oh, very funny from a Victorian.
Yeah.
We haven't beaten that Victorian part out of you yet.
Well.
Watching this and Mexico. Oh, sorry.
Oh, not from Mexico. Watching Mexico
and
in the
Mexico.
soccer.
Okay. Diego Kiwi.
So Helen switching to the backhand. I think it's her first go down that side. She's done a pretty good job.
It's wriggled up a bit, so it's shot.
Just a metre or so.
Yep. Well, Dallas better draw one on it because he's done that every end so far. He's changing hands.
See? I think he played down that side.
Comes around that. It's not far away. Woo, Camel.
Well, he's definitely he's certainly
We
good
call
for
that
one.
pretty good. We
Yeah.
call that pretty. We'll call that on it.
He's-
Be every end he's drawn one on it.
Yep.
That's close to on it. It's really hard to be completely unbiased, as I am.
No, I know your feeling. I've done a bit of BPL commentary, and every time the Hawks, Gold Coast Hawks, are on, I have to bite my tongue a little bit. Yeah, lovely bit of weight there from Helen. Probably done enough for second shot. But as has been the case,
Well, I guess there's nothing in the road with when Dallas changed his hand. It just appeared to still be open on the forehand. Wasn't a bad idea to change his hand.
well, he drew the shot. It's a great idea. Jakey Felberg on the backhand as well. Typically we've seen players want to use the clubhouse side. It's been a little bit more of a drawing, so maybe albeit a little bit sort of late action, but it seems to be a more consistent drawing hand. But at this sort of speed now, you'd imagine that backhand will be turning quite nicely as well. Calvin being a lefty, that's going to follow it down on his forehand.
He didn't like that.
No, he's just under the line a little bit, but his weight looks okay. Catch a little scrub off a bowl. Yeah, he might have got himself another second shot.
And we've seen he's not afraid to have a lap at it.
Yep.
Jakey's played a bit better grass. Is he here?
Just
Have to
running
come
out of-
past that bowl by far to count,
Yeah, he's just run out
but
of
he
puff.
had to come past it.
Wondering whether they might have a little look on the backhand. Looks like he's shaping up with the forehand, just going to draw the shot. Just wondering if he might have a little fun run up on the backhand, get the bowl or the jack. Jack back, it's 2 in the ditch.
Well, after he runs up there to have a look at it.
He's already slapped his leg because he knows he's pulled that a little tight.
Needs a wick.
Now, if he gets a little scrub again, he's potentially got 3 seconds now.
He didn't learn much from the first one, did he? He's touching it. Played exactly the same bowl again.
Yeah, I think this is an important bowl from Jake.
Jakey needs one in there. Susan Harding. I wonder who you're cheering for, being Dallas's missus. We've got a few Bargara spectators here. We've got, well, Flo's come out after winning the over 60s ladies, sitting with Grumpy, Robbie Alder, Tony Merritt. Grumpy being father of the Felbergs.
I'm not sure.
Jake put that one on the lip. It might be where it needs to be yet if he plays this shot that you're thinking he's going to play. And it looks pretty obvious he should be with 3-second shots.
Yeah, I saw Calvin put his foot down near where he wants to get to, so I think he's going to continue to play that forehand draw shot.
Okay. I think he's listening to you.
No, he's going to play the backhand. That's good.
He's fairly wide.
Well,
can he do it off those bowls?
Yes, he can. Oh.
He goes through that gap.
That's called missing in the right area. Sometimes just by playing the right shot, you can still get the result.
Yeah. Needed a little bit of help, but it did everything but get it.
So, a further 1 to the tally of Dallas and Jake. They move to 4-1 after 4.
Let's go Macca, says Mia O'Reilly. I can't read the comments on your screen. It's just angled a bit tricky on me. Are they? Oh, right. We haven't seen Marty or Cody run up and down the green as a director very much as yet, have we?
No.
Well, as per usual, Dallas is in the swim.
They're in the energy conservation camp.
They had a very tough section because they had Scotty Kinnear in it, who's, if not equal best player in the blind bowlers, pretty close to it. And they both won their games in the section, and the Bargara boys belted them 12-11 in the last game to win the section to get through to this final. So obviously it was touch and go, winning. Whoever won the game was going to win 3 games in the section, and 12-11's about as good as you can play for a close game. 15 ends.
Yeah, that is a tight affair.
One stage there at Helensvale in the middle game, the ladies' fours were on and the men's pairs were on, and there was 4 games and there was 3 extra ends. There was 3 extra ends out of the 4 games. That was amazing.
Yeah, the heart rate tends to go up a little bit when there's that extra end.
Well, pressure is a marvellous thing. It can make you bowl 7 metres away after you've been on it for a while.
Yeah. What's your coping mechanism for pressure?
I used to have a coping measure in the 90s would be a Bagara Sunrise, which was, of course, a Bundaberg rum and lemonade. Being a cane farmer, you've got to use as much sugar as possible.
Great shot again from Dallas. He's going well here.
Well, yes, you know, as a coach, you've got to believe. You got to believe in yourself. That's the first trick.
I had a round of golf with Ozzy Moore recently. He said, we said, we played at a 4-ball Ambrose.
Yep.
Helen just dives around the back again. We had a 4-ball Ambrose, and it was Nathan Rice, Brendan Woods, myself, and Ozzy Moore, and we said, let the two big hitters go off first. Lurchie and Brendan Woods can stripe it. They send it. Said, let the backpack go third. The bloke you got to carry, that'll be me.
Yep.
So we'll leave the pressure to you, Ozzy. Is that all right? And he said, pressure doesn't exist. It's all between the ears, pressure. Does not exist. It's not in my vocab, he said.
Well, talk about, I was telling a little funny story. Well, not that funny on Ozzy Moore the other day, actually, because we got Ozzy in to commentate. So it was Cozzy and I commentated about an hour and a half at the end of a game. And at the end of it, I said, that's fantastic commentating, Ozzy. You did extremely well. It was really good. And I got all these comments back. You know, Nong, don't you know that he commentates on the US Open golf? He commentates on the British Open golf. He commentates on all the World Championship golf games, and you're telling him he's not a bad commentator. I said, you idiot.
Ducked the water with it.
He took it in the nicest possible way.
See Calvin.
Not quite.
Yeah, he's hit that line.
Nearly run it.
His next bowl becomes very important.
I think that's 3. Don't want to get anywhere near that blue bowl, Jakey. Where are you? Somewhere near that blue bowl.
Well,
trickled past it.
Yeah, he's got a little scrub up for 4. See how good my eyesight is here. Don't tell me, Robbie, but not just yet anyway. I'm pretty sure Helen and Calvin are both using Dreamline XGs, and Dallas looks like he's using an SRV, Taylor SRV, and
this is getting close.
We see.
Not a bad shot, that one.
Just wants to stop in on that bowl. He's just run around it.
Oh. One on a measure. The girl's indicating.
Pretty stiff if that's still 2, because that was a hell of a bowl from Calvin Rogers.
Yes, it's a sensational shot for no result, and if it's still 2 down, it would be heartbreaking. Looks at quite possibly 2 down.
Yeah, so the red bowl that Jakey Felberg's using, I think, is an Evolve. Aero Evolve. There you go. I've still got it. Eyesight. Jakey's
got
trying
something
to
push up, or
land
gets past it.
Well, he's got that in. I think that's... Well, if the other one's a measure, I think that one's counting.
Might have a few now.
Calvin's still with a bowl to play.
See, it's 1 or 4. I'm thinking it's at least 2.
Yeah, I sort of saw Cody and Jake having a chat down there before Cody's last bowl. He might have been trying to just get a couple of rolls out of Calvin's second attempt.
He's played a bit wider, I think. He's not running after it. It's a bad sign for him.
Yeah, he knows already. He's picked the mat up.
Now we'll get the measure out and we'll find out whether it's 1 or 4. Whatever it is,
it's a fast start, is what it is.
The team that... oh, no, I'm impartial. I forgot about that.
So we've played 5 ends. Helen and Calvin opened up with a 1. And since then...
A 1 when Dallas had drawn 1 6 inches away.
It's been Dallas and Jake. 1, 2, 1.
Both these ones will be in, I think. That'll make 4. Or maybe not.
I think this back one's in.
That one's in. 3 or 4? 3.
3 it is. So they'll move to a 6-shot lead. 7-1 after 5 ends. Dallas and Jake Felberg scoot away. Early days, 15 end game, so a third of the way through now.
Well, we just rely on Dallas to draw one within a foot every end. They're going to be pretty hard to beat.
That's right.
Like the open games drawn within a foot all the time is pretty handy, let alone the vision-impaired games.
Yeah, the standard of bowls on this particular rink has been quite good. I've got to be honest, when I've been commentating, I've sort of really not paid attention to them being a disability event or a impairment event or anything like that. The bowls has just been so good that, you know, basically all the shots you're thinking they'll play, they're taking them on, being aggressive and going real close, or either getting them.
Yep.
Conditions are quite favourable as well. There's hardly any breeze to speak of out in the sun.
We had a bit of a funny thing happened here in the district sides on the first day, because Broadbeach had lost their bell buzzer or whatever that they'd ring to start the timing of it, and they had this cow horn sort of thing. And they said, are you going to do the times? I said, no, here's the umpire. I'll get the umpire to do the timing. So he's wandering around with this cow horn thing, and it presses it, and they go, wah, and all the cranes stopped. They thought it was smoko. All the cranes stopped, and they all came down thinking it was smoko time. Instead, it was the start of the district sides first day at 8:30. And they stopped work on all these cranes just across the road, heard this cow horn go.
It's a long way to climb down to find out you've got to climb all the way back up again.
Yeah, they'd all just stopped moving when they heard the smoko bell.
Yeah, I was here for that. It sounded a little sickly, that horn.
I had 4 greens going, and I had to go round and tell them that that was actually a bell.
Yeah.
Like, one's round the corner, they let it go here, and they didn't even know what had happened. It doesn't sound anything like a bell for a time game.
All right, so Helen's first bowl just trickling into the ditch. If she can make a correction with her second. A little bit of room left by Dallas this occasion, but he's got 1 pill left, and we kind of know where that one's going to end up.
Pretty good, this one, I think.
He's true to form.
Did it get there?
Yeah, that'll do for shot.
Not being a betting person, one would think Dallas will draw this with his 3rd crack.
Well, the form's good.
He's changed his hand.
He's still down the back
he's staying on the back
Yep.
end. Well,
I think he needs to crash on one of them.
He's gone past.
Just
He
carrying.
was trying to punch one in. Not play the draw shot. Sue Jardine says go Dallas and Jake. gets all the way, it's going to be close. It's the
Yeah.
right grass.
Yeah, that's a great bowl
Nearly
from
the
Helen.
right grass.
Drops in.
Righto,
just
well,
about
it's up to Jake now.
6 inches behind the jack and just crossing. Been talking about this a fair bit as well, talking about, you know, golf references and things like that. 100% of short putts never go in the hole. 100% of high putts never go in the hole.
Mm.
So, talking about making that relatable to lawn bowls. Any bowl that finishes short of the jack will never get a bit of chalk on it, and one that's always high of it will never get any chalk on it either. So something that just crosses and just past, it's every chance.
Playing in the, well, shouldn't say the big games, but the rain-affected greens, the first bowl 18 inches behind on the lines. Oh, Jake. Could have copped a little bit of that first bowl, would have made a shot.
Yeah.
Because that kitty gets moved like Premier League games at night time. We were figuring out the kitty gets moved 80% of the time.
Yep.
And that's not a high number. That's a low number. It's more like 90% of the time.
Yeah.
When you're playing night time on heavy greens.
Yeah, once you start getting up to, 17 and 18 and...
Then it's more...
Yeah, it's more about trying to get as close as you possibly can.
A skill factor.
Yep.
And the respotting on the tee, I advocate for a respotting on the side, which gives you a chance to be able to draw to the sides when the short bowls are all in the road. I mean, the example happened the other day in that game with Teasy. It was on the tee, they killed it, 3 down, killed it, respotted it, exactly the same place where it was. The bowls were 3 and 4 inches away, but never touched any of the bowls, just chopped the kitty off the green, and being replaced on the tee, just replaced it exactly where the opposition bloke had chopped it off.
Yeah. There is the tactic that comes into that as well, and
by throwing it on the tee.
I generally, try to start with that tactic of, just in front of the tee and try to play that aggressive draw shot weight, and get some representation around that mark without being too far away from the jack, obviously.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
Jakey.
In its purest form, what a great shot that is, Jake Falberg. Front toucher.
There you go. When your lead finally fails, the skipper comes to the fore. Probably was 3 down.
Well,
go Dallas and Jake.
What do you reckon here?
Darren and Jody.
Jimmy, are you going to...
Well, I'm not sure if how quick he can play these shots. That's the thing.
I think he can be quick enough to play the forehand.
He's got to be down that gully.
Yeah, he can play that.
He's got to be down that gully. If he doesn't hit the gully, you hope to get a little assistance from whichever bowl you're going to hit.
He's tuning up on the backhand. He's just looking to make a little bit of contact with it rather than really dislodge it.
You or I would be playing down that other gully, but I'm not sure of his preference of shots. He's played it well.
Just needs to hold on. Oh, he's feathered it away from the jack, but still sticks around for one. It's a mighty, mighty effort.
6 ends done.
6 ends done. 5 of those going the way of Dallas and Jake. They now lead at 8-1. That last bowl, Calvin Rogers just needed it to just hang on a little bit more. He would have caught a little bit more of the bowl. He had the perfect weight to do it.
Could have made 3, possibly, at least 2.
Yeah,
Had
Jack
he caught
triples
any
on.
part of that bowl. Well, he did catch part of that bowl. It was enough to sit it down.
Any more of it, yep.
We were having a bit of a guess at how many spectators were here the other day on the 2 greens.
Including the back green. Yep.
Like even at Helensvale, I reckon there's 400 people at Helensvale.
Yeah, at least. Yeah.
But when you've got here, you've got this green, that green, and inside there's no seats. They're completely full inside.
Pretty good start from Dallas again. Yeah, we were sort of panning around. There wasn't many empty seats in the grandstand to the construction end.
See, Helensvale, we're figuring on 200 around that green and 200 around that green in the first game. But the second and third game, everybody came to the same green. So there was 400 around the one green. And they were 4 deep everywhere.
Yeah, I remember before the covers were there, played a semi-final in the 4s on green 1, and we were the last rink out there, and there was people just about standing on tables and on top of shoulders, and incredible atmosphere. And
those 4 games went 3 extra ends.
Yeah,
400 people around.
Yeah,
it was something that you have to remember.
Yeah, the Wednesday, I liken the Wednesday at Helensvale to prelim week. In the footy.
Vince Calabrese, one of our regulars on every time we ever do any, watching from Bankstown Sports in Sydney.
Big club out there, Sporties. Ever been in there?
No, haven't been Sydney very much.
Yeah.
A few in down your country in Melbourne, but haven't been to Sydney very often.
Yeah, Bankstown, the sports club's big joint.
Rosehill Racetrack, perhaps. Not too many bowls clubs.
Great shot here from Helen.
Yep.
Yeah,
they needed a bit of go juice, and she's brought it to the fore.
Starting to find her range. Dallas has been pretty good with at least one of them.
Got it away pretty nicely.
So he might just be carrying
got all the running to the jack.
He's
like
that bowl.
Like that.
What a great shot that is.
Wow. That's in the wow category.
He hasn't disappointed, has he? It's just about to take him out of the betting next end. He's going to have one right on top of it.
Pretty hard to argue against that when your opposition's playing that well. You've got to find something. Like she found something by drawing the shot, and it lasted one bowl.
Yeah. You've got to back yourself in that you can
somewhere around
repeat it
again.
Aim small, miss
jack
small.
High.
Oh, that's another bowl with good weight. And that's still got some relevance. Any movement of that jack, bowl through the jack or anything like that, that bowl comes into play. Last bowl of Helen's.
Robbie's over there ordering his lunch, you see, and saw him have lunch 21 days in a row for the state games. And exactly, hello Marty, exactly same thing. 3 pieces of fish, no lemon, no juice, no nothing. 3 pieces of fish, no chips.
It's brain food fish, isn't it?
Well, it depends how sick he gets, how sick he is at the time. Every week he's cooked for a day.
Yeah.
Jackie's a little wide, isn't he? Greg Gallagher, the best president any club's ever seen. Greg Gallagher, president of Bargara for 6 years, up to handing over to Greg Carl this year. Trying hard here.
Do you want something out of him? Is that why you're being so nice?
No.
Can't quite see what's going on there, but I think it's another second.
Just a foot behind.
Very good shot.
Just not much over a foot behind anyway. Jakey's still on the backhand, I'd imagine, where he played his previous bowl.
Trying to see whether they've got 3 seconds or 2 seconds.
Jakey might make 2 here. He's got the right track.
Yeah, he needs to catch a bowl. I think he's just carrying a little bit of weight.
Ooh.
He does, but, well, that's probably 3rd shot. 4th shot.
Got a little bit of Dallas's bowl on the way through. He would have been good.
They're trying to find out, Jason and Calvin, whether they've got 2 seconds, and I'm sure they've got 2 seconds. Calvin switching to the forehand, potentially trying to drag the jack or and get the bowl.
Pot the jack for 2 or 3.
You know, he's kind of
Close-ish.
just lent on that one a little bit, and it's diving away underneath.
They must run miles in practice for this game.
Yeah, look at the carbs on Calvin.
Yep.
Fit human.
Mark Winter's putting some comments on now. Don't have to come much past that one, Jakey. How far past that one?
Oh, he just got caught on the bowl. His weight looked pretty good.
Well, it's fire 1, fire 2.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
Fire 1, fire 2. He's made his mind up to run with the previous bowl. He's got to stick with that. Didn't miss it by far.
Just don't want to see a little nasty result. Yeah, if he just misses the jack on the outside and gets
both those bowls.
Yeah, through his own bowls.
Oh, you couldn't.
I don't want to be that guy, but you know, got to consider all these things. If he plays the same weight he just played, he's probably okay.
He's thrown it tight across his body when he let it go. One more to the. I'm nearly going to say good guys there. I nearly forgot the impartial bit of commentary.
Well, I think they're all good guys, so you wouldn't be wrong.
Okay.
And we move on. 7 ends down. 9-1 lead now to Jake and Dallas. The Bagara boys.
Marty Atwood's concentrating so hard on being Dallas's thing. He didn't know I was standing 2 metres, sitting 2 metres behind him till he turned around then.
Well, that's a good
his
thing,
eyes
isn't it?
nearly fell out of his head.
Yeah. That's the way you got to be in these games. Tunnel vision. Keep your focus. So we're moving on towards the halfway point.
Getting back to his forehand, where his last end up there he had the 2 short ones and then tried to hit them in. Get back to drawing on the forehand, which he started the game doing. Got to go a little bit further than that. I'd say he's probably got his grass right.
He split the middle. Okay, Helen staying on the backhand. Might have just pushed this one out a little bit wider than she...
It's a little wide, but it's
wanted.
probably the right weight. Still needs a little bit of weight. Nearly a full blue line.
I was talking with Andrew Reid about some of the exercises we've done in the coaching courses when we have to obviously coach some vision-impaired or bowling arm or any of those sorts of things, but particularly with the vision-impaired, have you ever tried bowling with a blindfold or eyes shut?
Often with your eyes shut, yes, you're hoping so hard. No, I had an instance there. Our team for 15 years in a row was the old man, my brother and the neighbour. The neighbour had his eye shot out on the Kokoda Trail, so he only had one eye from when he was 18. And there's one, he used to always ask how far short he was. You know, you might, if he finished on the line, he'd say, you know, am I 2 foot short or 4 foot short or 5 foot short? And you don't really think that he can't see out of one eye, so he has no idea of the length. One day I had conjunctivitis and I had a patch over my eye, and seriously, I'd finished one on the line and I didn't know whether it was 2 foot short or 8 foot short.
Yeah, right.
Exactly what he did in life, and he hardly great shot. Ooh, a little tickle on it wouldn't have hurt him. Didn't realise that how much that length part is, having two eyes. Which is something to say for these guys playing with the handicap that they have.
All right. There's a bit of room on this end. Probably one of the looser ends that we've had. It's been a pretty good standard up until now. That was...
Yep.
Although Dallas's last bowl nearly trailed the jack back to his other bowl in waiting.
With a little, any more tickle on the jack because it touched it. It's been marked as a toucher. He didn't have to touch it much to put it back to that bowl just behind.
Yeah, I didn't know whether that was a touch of spray or the sunspot on the bowl, but
no, he bent down.
There can't be two suns
it
in the sky.
A little bit past. Oh.
Well, there's plenty of room here for Calvin, and got to just take this opportunity, and he's done that. He's drawn the shot. It's just starting to get to the stage where they just have to win this end, get themselves going.
Well, he's drawn one with his first bowl. He's got some. If Jake doesn't. Nearly there.
Yeah, I think he's got him. He's
Great
drawn,
shot, Jakey.
Yeah, he's drawn the shot.
Didn't change his hand from that ball being in the road, which was the shot of a seasoned player, not to change backhand, forehand, backhand, forehand.
Better the devil you know.
Yep.
Calvin, he definitely likes this one.
He's close to his own bowl. Does
Asking
he
it to
contact
turn.
it?
Oh,
We crawled past it.
well, he's definitely got 2 seconds.
Jack gonna stick on his forehand where he's just drawn one, I'm thinking. No,
No,
he's
you're going
going
to make
back
the
in.
switch.
He's going to the open side.
Not sure he's going to get back enough. Now, decision time.
Gives him an opportunity. It's knocking. Opportunity doesn't knock all the time.
2 seconds. Do we try and run the bowl out, Jimmy, or are we just going to draw, try and get on the board,
Sit it for
get
three.
back on the board?
Doesn't have to be that quick. You only got to push it 2 foot. More than likely on his left-handed forehand.
He's shaping up on the backhand, so I think he's just going to try and draw a little toucher.
Well, it's a hand he's just played 2 bowls on. It's not such a bad option.
He's a smidgen tighter, that's for sure. Can he get a result off his own bowl? Up and over and down, not quite. Oh, it's 3 really good shots there from Calvin.
Mm.
But the pain continues.
1 more on the scoreboard to Bagara.
For Helen and Calvin. 10-1 now after 8 ends.
I'll throw another little curly one at you for in the coaching area. Remember back many years ago when we hadn't been playing very long, and we were playing a stateside with Col Pritchard and Bobby Appo and whatever else in it. We were playing an extra end and the kitty got smacked, bounced out into the open, and I had last bowl, and the old man said, "You got 6 foot to draw it." I said, hang on. Doesn't look like 6 foot to draw it. He said, "You got 3 foot this side of the kitty and 3 foot that side of the kitty." And sort of was under enough pressure. It's under enough pressure at the time. I didn't need a smart aleck comment like that.
No, I think that's a great way to think about it.
You got 6 foot to draw it?
There's always more room than you think. You know, you can. Depends on what kind of player you are too. If you like to work in small margins, and aim small and miss small, but I know myself, I like to work in that spatial sort of a bowl. You know, as long as it finishes within the 6 feet, it'll be good.
Yeah. 18 inches behind, so you don't want to drop short, but you don't want to punch it through the head.
No, that's right. We might have brought that up in one of the games earlier, I think.
It's not many times you get that far to draw a shot on the last bowl to win the game.
No, not no.
It happened in the ladies' singles. She could have gone out. Jamie, they had would have been about 25, 13 or 14 maybe. And she had a metre where nobody had bowled outside a metre, but she bowled 5 foot through and stayed on 20. And Cassandra got up and lay game on it. She had to play a miracle shot. Well, that would be a miracle shot. It was to play 2 foot of weight to a bowl and sit it and stay within 3 inches of the jack to win the game or lose the game. And where she would have thought back that when she had 3 foot, 3.5 feet to draw a shot to go out and didn't do it, that's the ones you actually remember.
Yeah.
A little wide, come back a fair way.
So Helen's first attempt, pretty much jack high on her forehand. Just wants to make a little adjustment. It's only a wee baby end.
She's come in a fair way.
Just going to stop in time, just going to go past. Beautiful line.
Reasonably short end, this one. Got away nicely. How wide is he?
He's looking pretty good, Dallas.
His weight was pretty good.
Yeah, it's a nice shot. Holding 2.
He's been setting up the game, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. We've said he's had at least one within sort of the foot to 6 inches. Almost every end. Helen's not far away with this. Can she just hang on for a piece of the jacket?
Get the bowl.
Turning away viciously in the end.
Curled away from the bowl.
Just see that. That bowl turning really quickly. Might have just been a puff of breeze. Get up.
Gee, I got a bit carried away. I was thinking I was only on the job here till noon. But we can't go home at the moment.
We're just creeping over halfway.
And Jack's going to get there. He's a fraction wide.
Nothing in the way on the...
Calvin, they're having a bit of a chat about which hand to play.
Yeah, nothing in the way on the backhand for Calvin Rogers.
He's been playing that hand very well. Would nearly back him to draw this with 3 goes.
Much shorter end, so whether he can make that adjustment.
And he's walked away from that one.
Well, his speed's pretty good. Trying to turn back. I think that's good enough for second.
Second shot. Not that far out of shot, really.
If he halves the distance, he'll go close to drawing the shot. Jackie changing hands. Looking at
Jake's
just
got
come
to trickle
inside.
a little bit further yet.
Just getting
About
inside
there.
the bowl, yep. Drops in for 2. There's nothing else really on other than draw the shot for Calvin. His backhand. Work on beating his last bowl.
Not too sure. I couldn't pick how he was running this time.
Yeah, he corrected his line. He's just gone through a smidgen. So
When they took off from their starting blocks, he was a little bit hesitant. You can pick him as soon as he jumps out of the box, as if when it's going to be right on it.
yeah, when he likes it,
He knows when he lets it go.
He's a very good judge. I'm trying to creep up as well. I feel like it's just out.
I don't suppose you'd say it's a do and die stage yet, but
Well,
he doesn't want to go 12-1.
no, and it's definitely getting to that stage, especially when you haven't been scoring. I mean, they've been defending quite well, only dropping 3 ones in the last 3 ends. A little,
He likes this more than the other 2.
yeah, a little bit of breeze picking up behind this bowl as well.
It's going to be shot.
Needs a bit more to push it
No,
on.
it's pulled up. It's pulled up a foot short.
Has he managed to get second?
It could be second. Could be 2, I'm guessing. Oh, the ITO's got just 1 in her claw at the moment.
So Michelle's going to measure. That looks like 2.
There we go. She's changed it to 2.
So that is 8 consecutive ends now for Dallas and Jake. And they go on their merry way. 12-1 the lead after 9 ends.
Well, they've been playing as a team. The couple of ends that Dallas hasn't drawn it, Jake's banged one right on top of it.
So 11 shots, 6 ends. It's time to get the motor going now, Jimmy. If you're Helen and Calvin, has to win this end.
Get on your forehand, Dallas. You're going to change back to the backhand where you've gone backhand, then forehand, then back to the backhand. Played against a bloke called Les Pewey singles once. He completely confused me because he'd play his first bowl on the backhand, second bowl on the forehand. I used to said to him, what are you doing? He said, I'm just finding out which is the best hand at this length. And I'll play my last two on the one I reckon's the best side. I mean, that sort of theory was just too good for me. He completely bamboozled me with that.
It's too good.
As Darren says, we'd like to see Jake and Cody come out of the blocks like those two. Get over on the out forehand for you, Dallas.
Well, Helen's going to dive across there and maybe chalk that up a little bit now.
Well, it keeps him on the backhand.
Yeah, he's got that away nicely. Dropping down inside of his own. Good speed. It's a good shot.
Somewhere near it.
Yep. Kevin Anderson and I did the performance coaching course with Bowls Australia just recently.
Yeah.
And we did a little bit of blindfold stuff on the green, bit of orientation.
Yep.
We did quite well, really. Nothing got lost in translation. We looked after each other pretty good, navigated the course.
Well,
he did quite well bowling. You'd think the way he sort of quickly gets through his action is quite natural. Just see another good shot going in from Dallas.
Thereabouts again. I was always criticised a bit from having your head down too much, and then played a bit with Keith Wally for quite a while, and Keith still has his head right down as if he plays with his eyes closed.
Yeah, Robbie Thompson's another one that springs to mind.
Yep. Yeah,
Robbie Thompson used to pick out a blade of grass and roll over it.
There's no great problem. I would think that's nearly possibly to play with your eyes closed once you've got your line and you think you know the length you're going to play.
Yep.
Your angle, you put your feet on the mat and you could just about play with your eyes closed. I'm sure some people do. I've seen some of the shots some of them play. I couldn't even imagine playing them.
Just your eyes open.
Throw them down towards the other end and come off 4 different bowls and pick up the jack. Good morning from Fife, from Terry Turner in Scotland. We've run into a few Scotsmen on this little tour. Righto, we'll see how Jake can go. He's on the forehand around that bowl.
Well, he's got every right to sneak on up there with nice confident draw weight. Again,
something just past Jack High would be the go.
Oh, well, probably couldn't have placed that any better.
Great
a little
shot.
bit of a toucher as well. Gets the jack off the
Jakey.
line.
Perfect spot.
Calvin Rogers, this is his moment now. He just simply has to turn this head over. He sent it down a fair old track.
Played it well.
Turning, turning, turning. He's going to get down to the bowl. Oh, he wriggles off it. Jeez, it's a great effort.
Be shot, bud.
Oh. It's a measure. It's a measure. Yeah, camera angles can tell lies. I'm probably thinking that it's still a red bowl holding shot there.
Can't be.
Don't think. Yeah, you're back in the blue, are you?
Well, the shadow there's got to be behind the other shadow.
You're back in Cohen's bowl.
I'm saying one to the blue team. But, strangely enough, I've been wrong plenty of times before. If you want to know, you normally ask Robbie because he's been wrong twice out of 700.
Wow. Jakey.
Well, you could probably tell he's got shot now after Jake's driven at it.
Well, I mean, he had the next two, even if he was holding the shot, so I don't really mind that play. Of course, if it gets respotted, he'll be definitely one down. Calvin now chasing this one up as well.
It's a little bit too wide, this one, isn't he?
I think
it's only a little bit too quick.
Yeah, his track was pretty good. Another one back there. The boys are going to go up and have a look. Oh, the marker has stuck her neck out and said it's one to the blue team.
Oh, the marker's indicated.
Yep.
Clearly. The shadow on that right-hand bowl's behind the shadow of the other, and the jack's right down the, if anything, to the left-hand side.
Yeah. We get a side-on view from Robbie. He's not paying attention. I think the red bowl's just in front, but the marker's right over the top of it. The ITO.
They've knocked a jack over from the other green onto ours. Righto, what do we play here? Are we conservative or do we try and pot it? Try and hit the bowl?
You probably don't want to lose both of your bowls now. I think you'll just play a little bit.
Just going to have a little draw. One down's not going to hurt you.
No.
It's not. If he's up, he's close. He's got about the right grass. Is he here?
Yes, he's here. What a great shot that is.
If he's here, you just draw the shot.
Jakey Felberg. He just walked past Cody and said, "Why didn't you let me do that with my second bowl?"
I don't know that he said that.
We'd have been holding two.
I don't know that he said that at all. Well, we must attack and we must get a result.
Jack in the ditch.
We've got backward. And if we hit the bowl onto the other bowl, it's nearly game, set, match.
Well, you've got to identify that this is the moment. The game's on your boot right now. Yeah,
we've got 18 ends, haven't we?
No, 15 ends.
15 ends for the Vision ones.
Yep.
Okay. Rightio. Well, there's 5 after this bowl. He's turned his back.
Well, it's not finished. Oh, now it is. This is almost a bridge too far now.
You never say never.
They're still going to measure.
You're going to measure for 2.
So just while they're doing that measuring, just a quick update on the under 18 girls match going on next door. The singles. Annabelle Teague leads at 18-12 over Mackenzie Parsons from Moama. And it is just the one. They'll move to 13.
Nostradamus predicted that.
13 to 1. So a 12-shot lead. 5 ends to go. We're 2/3 of the way through this contest. Well, they just really need to change a gear here. Helen and Calvin start, maybe have a little chat about, start giving every bowl a chance to touch the jack, get a bit more aggressive.
Got the right track here. Does it arrive? Not quite. We'll smack it on the line.
Do a fair bit of this sort of scenario training. I'm sure they've been a part of it through the Jackaroo squad. Quite often we're doing, scenario training over 5 ends and being in front or being behind or well behind or a couple behind,
Yes.
so that you know what kind of mode you need to go to. They would have trained this sort of stuff, so Helen's made a good start with her first bowl there.
Mark went to use that in our district sides training beforehand. He put one team 10 shots in front in an 11-end game. Like, there was 3 matches going on. And most of them didn't know what he was talking about. He didn't understand that we wanted one team to play tight and one team to take as many chances as they could to get a number. And people just played on as they didn't understand the concept of it. It wasn't explained to them really. It just, as we went out to play at 5:30, play for a couple of hours and gave one side 10 shots start and 5 ends to play, was the fact that you should throw caution to the wind to try and get a number somewhere, and the others should be playing very conservative to hold their lead. But the concept never got through to enough of the players.
Yeah, well, particularly when you're playing in a knockout stage of a tournament, it doesn't really matter if you lose by 1 or you lose by 15.
Exactly.
You're not carrying any margin over to the next game, so
we've hit the line twice. Can we get up with this one?
Looking pretty
when
good.
When we get up, good bowl.
Just didn't quite get enough of it by the looks of that. ITO holding up one blue paddle.
She hadn't had that much opportunity to do that. I imagine we'd find ditch to ditch when the blue team scores. Can't imagine anything else happening.
Yeah. Yeah, we've mentioned that a couple of times as well. Of course, you've got to make a change because what you've been doing hasn't been working, but you've also got to be ready to make that change as well, mentally and physically with your technique.
That was a bit of an error in that big final between Cody's fours team and Timmy Smith's fours team. Timmy had a pretty good lead, and Cody and Jake and his crew got back, winning 5 ones in a row to level it up, playing ditch to ditch, and then through a shorter end. Junior McMahon immediately on a short end on a 17-second green drew a toucher and won 4 inches away, as he always does on a fast green and short ends. And an indoor player played with Brett Wilkie for Australia in the under-18, however long you call those indoor greens, 13 metres or something.
Yeah, the short mat.
And one Australian pairs playing lead for Mark Casey. It's not like he's first rodeo, but as a lead, he played spectacular and made all the difference again when they didn't get to throw ditch to ditch for the 6th in a row. They did 2, lost by 2. Touch and go. Good ball here.
Oh, he's got
Sat it, made 2.
Yeah, got to the shot bowl. Turns it a couple of feet past. So Jakey sticking on the backhand. One far away.
Is he up? Is he?
No, he hasn't sent that one.
Didn't seem to be going quite quick enough.
Okay. Can Calvin capitalise?
Just when you think it's all over.
Yeah, well,
that's what happened in the ladies over 60s.
Quite right. We should have learned from the last game. Calvin's in the area again. Probably needs to get a little bit of a seat on that front bowl, not get the jack. He's done well. That's 3. Looks like 3.
Went very close to touching the jack. Yes, 3.
So, probably the first time Jake's been in a position of
being more than 1 down.
Yep. It's going to take just a little bit of heat out of the moment. Come and walk up to the head and have a look. Relax the heart rate. So you can't. Well, you might be able to see just the bottom right corner of the screen. Helen Broadman's bowl is the deepest bowl, and I think that's got the tee, the respot.
Yes, that'd have the tee. It would be.
So, at the very worst, if he wanted to have a little run at this, try and reduce the count or get the jack, at the very worst, he'd be 1 down with 1 to play. If he wants to play it perfect, and
it's Jake's last bowl.
Yeah, if he wants to play it perfect, he can get a little toucher on the jack and make it 2 or 3, or land on the bowls for the shot.
He's played a fairly good line.
He's opting for
he's got more weight than his first one.
Opting for the ladder. Coming into view. He's running well. Is he going to turn back?
Sits down. Sat down, it would cut one out.
Not sure that's had an impact. I think it's
still 3.
Perfect weight. Calvin straight away thinking he wants to switch to his backhand. Just miss Helen's bowl in the run. Just doesn't want to tip Cody's last bowl in on his forehand.
Swap into his backhand as you predicted.
He's got that away pretty good. Yeah. And he likes it.
He's got some pace on his own.
He likes it. He's underneath, but he's only got to get to that Orion bowl. Oh, he's wriggled it up. Very nearly counted. So that'll be a 3 by the looks of things. Three shots to Helen and Calvin. They finally get back on the board and they stop.
And that's kick those bowls back to the 6-foot line.
They stop a run of 9 consecutive ends. They get it under 10. 4 ends to go. Right, we've trained this scenario as well, Jimmy. 4 ends to go.
Well,
they need
You've
to
got to
kind
make
of
it happen.
yeah, they need to kind of replicate the same kind of end another 3 times. Put themselves in the right in the thick of it.
We're not going ditch to ditch. And we might have thrown the jack out of bounds. No, it's not out of bounds. Not much different than the length we've been playing, really.
Right, so can Helen set up a couple of heads here, put a little bit of pressure back on the Bargara fellas?
Like you play at Helensvale, do you live somewhere near Helensvale? Where do you live?
Yeah, I'm on the same street. It's 3 k's up the road.
Okay. Well, I think on a Wednesday or Thursday night you should go to Waxy's sometime along the thing in Surface.
Waxy's?
Yep. They have cheap grog and they have a bloke that plays guitar, fantastic, and he just takes requests. He played all different types of music as just ask someone for a request and he plays the song.
Yeah, right.
Unbelievable.
I've never been to Waxy's. That's where'd you say? Down in Surfers, is it?
It's in Surface, not far off Cav Vav.
Okay.
It's in the main drag.
Yeah, I've heard of it, but
Let me put a couple of pluses on it. Fantastic last night.
what were your requests, mate?
Oh, we sort of did a little bit of everything, but we sang all the songs that they requested. The full range. The only one I didn't request was any doobies. He played everything else.
The Doobie Brothers.
It might be annoying there for somebody playing that side.
They're going to stay there.
This girls' game might be nearly over when you reckon it was 18-12 before. They've been played another 4 or 5 ends.
Yeah, 18-17, Annabelle's way.
She pick up this jack.
Oh, Helen just scoots past. Good enough for shot. Yeah, so since we gave that last update, looks like a 1-1 and a 1-1 and a 3 to bring it to 18-17 in the girls under 18s.
All right, that's tightened up.
Of course, that's a first to 21 final as well. All the singles 21 up.
There's one I can't read quite. Bargara.
If Bargara win two of the remaining ends, they'll be hard to beat, no doubt. No doubt. I dare say if they even just
Mark
win one
Winter
of them.
doing a Nostradamus there. Like,
Yeah.
you can't argue with that, Mark.
Yeah, that's a bit of low-hanging fruit though, isn't it?
Yep. He's walked away from it. That's not that far away.
Well, it could count. It's a measure. Measure for shot. Or 1 and a measure, was it? Surely Helen's bowls.
1 and a measure, I think.
Yeah. Helen's bowl has to be the shot, you'd think.
Jakey's trying. He's got the right grass. That's half of it. Now he just has to arrive. The last roll. One more roll. Like that. Shot, Jakey.
Yeah, just got to take this chance now. Land the bowl, trail the jack.
The Bagara team has the joy of having last bowl this end.
Yeah.
He's played trying hard. He's got about the right grass. Does he get to the jack?
Tell you what, it's just got to hang on. Just got to hang on. Oh, he's nailed it. What a shot. What a shot. He's trailed that jack for 3.
Nothing to lose but your smoker's cough now, Jakey. Just smack it.
Yeah, he's got 2 bowls remaining. Jake Felberg. Calvin Rogers. Absolutely clinical with that last delivery, touching the jack. 2 feet down the line.
You called it a bit that you had to play something pretty big. Didn't get any bigger than that.
Boys just taking their time, talking their way through exactly how these bowls are lying in their position. Jake now. This will be weight straight up the centre line. He's executed it pretty well. It just hasn't turned. Wow.
The only good thing about that is he's got another one left.
Well, and he's got a pretty good blueprint of where to start the bowl. Now this becomes really important. Calvin sort of suggesting that he wants to be short and count. In the way, trying to play a bit of a blocker, a bit of a counter.
Would have been something to wick off with the last one.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to hit the centre line. I think he wants to be in line with that toucher or the jack.
Certainly doesn't want to be on the centre line short. Give him something to work off.
It's been hard to see just how short those pair are together in the front, whether he can potentially even use his own shortest blue bolt. He's a whisker tight. And he's certainly not tight with this one. Floating around the back. Well, still some value in that shot.
Yes, there's worse places to finish than there.
Although I think he's kind of, if you can get him to count, I think you want him to count at the moment. You kind of hope that opposition just miss a couple. I don't think there's any other shot that Jake's going to be playing here.
Have we got a emergency commentator, because I might want to beat the Brisbane traffic yet. All right. I might do a runner after this end and I'll get Andrew.
Well, you're going to ditch the boys, are you, now that they lost an end?
Yep. They couldn't win every end.
You're off them.
Couldn't win every end, I'll dump them. We get a little bit of outside of Brisbane before Friday afternoon traffic's at 3 o'clock. You don't go anywhere at 3 o'clock in Brisbane traffic, going north. Yeah, it starts after 1, but 3 is stop-start.
Yeah, I know it all too well. Travelled up and back every day for 6 years, just about, working at Fred Fern Bowl Centre. living in Helensvale, or Pack Pines back then.
This young Fred, young Fred must have been dead for a while, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Got on pretty good with young Fred. I took a set of bowls to him once. I said, Fred, these, I need these bowls tested. They must be out. I said, why is that? He said, well, I'm just not playing any good with them, and they must be out. He rang me back 2 hours later. He said, Jim, I suggest you do a bit of practice. He said, these 4 bowls and they're all perfect. He said, it's the arm throwing them down that's the problem. I said, thanks for that, Freddie.
All right. So
3 more.
Jakey sails wide.
That's when I'm going to do my runner. Put the mocker on them. And I'll leave it up to you, Captain.
No worries. We'll bring him home, mate. Thanks.
See you later, Robbie.
Thanks for your time, Jimmy. Well done. So, the plot thickens ever so slightly. It's now into 6 shots the difference. Dallas and Jake hanging on to a 6-shot lead. 13-7 now over Helen and Calvin. They've left their run rather late, but it's not necessarily too late. 3 ends to go, 6 shots to get to force an extra end, 7 to get the win. The tide turning slightly here. Back-to-back 3s in the last 2 ends. Possibly have another tight finish like we did in the ladies over 60s pairs this morning. We'll have to find out. Well, that's a great start from Dallas. Only a foot behind the jack. Nice little settler to start this 13th end. Just a quick update on the under 18 singles. The girls next door, we had it tied up at 18 all after a run of 4 ends from Mackenzie Parsons. She went 1-1-3-1 to get to 18 all. Annabelle Teague catching a 2 on the very next end to take it to 20-18. See it on your screen. Annabelle in the peach. Both players can check out in this end. As we see Dallas coming down again. Fantastic end. As we welcome back Andrew Reid.
Yes, thank you. I was falling asleep out there in the sun. It's quite nice.
Well, we probably could have excused you a couple of ends ago of maybe just nodding off.
Yeah.
But 2 3s and this game's alive. It's got our full attention. Helen Boardman swapping over to the backhand.
Yeah, from the outside looking in when I was out there, it looked like Helen was starting to find her range. She was a little bit awry at the start, but
yeah, definitely found her pace. She was maybe just a little bit eager in the first couple of ends, and then definitely found the speed a little bit better this second half. Played a very good shot with their third bowl. Just getting on the outside, but these are three absolute humdingers from Dallas.
Yes, Dallas and Jake would be a hard pair to beat.
Well, he can be very pleased with his work on this end. 3 bowls within a foot. A little bit of a target still for Calvin. He can land on one of those bowls. He's got nothing in his way on his forehand.
And it's not out of the realms of possibility. He's certainly got the skill to do it. I've played against Calvin before.
Oh, he had lovely speed. He just knew it as soon as it left his hand that he didn't quite extend through the shot. Sort of trickled across his body a bit.
And Jake's gone out a little bit too wide there.
Well, I'm not sure if Jake's trying to kind of stay away from it, not build it up anymore. Might have been trying to head around the back just in case Calvin decides to give it a bit of a bash.
Yeah, he's not afraid to.
That looked like a better release from Calvin.
He likes it, doesn't like it.
Just needs it to turn. Wow, that was beautiful speed. Just tucks in behind the pack.
And just looking at the under 18 girls, she's conceded 2, so they're 20 all now.
Wow, what a finish we've got over there.
And Jake definitely looks to be trying to get...
He wants to stay off that bowl. Oh no, he's chipped it in. He's chipped it in for shot.
Yeah, he wouldn't be happy with that. He was trying to get around behind, but...
Oh, goodness. A little bit of Murphy's Law at work.
Oh, yes. And he's chipped it straight in on the line.
Well, can Calvin Rogers rub some salt into the wound and draw another shot? He's chasing it. He likes it. It's turning in nicely. He just needs to get a nice seat.
He
does.
has.
He's made 2 out of that. And this is game on.
Pivotal stage of the game too.
So they managed to hold on to this. That will put them within 4 and 2 ends to play. Remembering they'd only need to draw level to force an extra end. And then it is anyone's game.
Yes. And it is a bit soul destroying too. Being 13-1 up and dropping 2 threes, knocking the bowl in. He's just got to settle back into his rhythm now. He's definitely looking to sit that bowl, and he's close.
He's going to turn quick enough. Don't think so.
Don't think so, no. So
it will be a 2.
Looks like a 2 to Calvin and Helen.
And they draw within 4 shots. 2 ends to play. Have they left their run a little too late, or have they timed it perfectly?
Well, a 2 or a 3 here to the boys will make it impossible for Helen and that Calvin to catch up. Helen's just getting the distance from it.
So the under-18 girls playing their final end. It's like Annabelle holding sway. Just drew the shot with her third bowl. Mackenzie playing her last bowl.
Helen's bowl's coming in quite nice. She's going to finish close to Jack High. She's only a foot and a half short. Force Dallas onto the backhand. This is a nice bowl from Dallas. It's going to finish Jack High and give him shot.
His last 4 bowls have been very, very good. Exceptionally good, really.
And Helen just getting herself settled in. We're just a little bit wide, but the weight's not too bad.
And it's all over in the under-18 girls singles final. Annabelle Teague salutes. After being 20 all, drew the shot with her third bowl. No need to play her last bowl.
It was a good comeback. I think she was 17-10 down at one stage.
Yeah, Mackenzie was behind.
Yeah, quite.
Fought her way back. Won 4 successive ends.
Okay, this is a well-pointed bowl of Helen's, just a little bit long.
Oh, mighty fine effort.
Being a hard taskmaster when you say a foot is too long.
Well, really, the only fault with it was that it didn't grab the jack.
That's yes, very much so.
Dallas just wants to be a bit gentle, rest off his own. Yeah, one in, one out.
It's not going to hurt that one going back a little bit either, just in case Calvin comes down. Bit of weight, slice the kitty.
Well, going back this way, a couple of ends ago, Calvin trailed the jack to make a 3. Can he repeat the dose?
Yes, I saw that shot from out on the side there. It was a very, very good bowl. High pressure bowl. And Jake just missed his first one with the upshot to get rid of them all.
And Calvin first to play on his forehand, looking for a little touch-up.
He's got that pointed well back to the line, just maybe just a bit shy of the weight needed.
Absolutely nailed, split the line. I think you got to beat Kelvin to it here if you.
Yeah, I think
Jake.
so.
If you give
Or
this,
at least just get a back bowl in.
yeah, if you give it away, it's not too bad. You know, one down. Oh, he's played it really well.
Yeah, that's
a fine
a
shot.
very, very good placement there.
Yeah, if you gave it away and it was one, you know, your bowl's going to be right there near it. Pretty hard to draw a second. You probably take 3 in front with last bowl, playing the last end. Kelvin, he's out there.
I don't think this is going to come back in time.
Well, drops down. It's potentially another second. Might have gone a little bit further through than. Yeah, a bit hard to tell.
Very hard to tell, but
I think
doesn't
it's only
change. Yeah, I think so. It doesn't change Jake's shot. He just wants to draw inside. To get second wood would be good for them. Just no indication from the marker. So
one. I mean, his weight was immaculate with his second bowl. So
Calvin will tire you out. And I played with him. He ran every end.
right, can he produce?
Really needs to get hold of that kitty. Make 1 or 2 so that he's got an opportunity on that second to last end.
He's down a very good track. He's just carrying a little bit of weight. Oh, that's a great effort.
Yeah, it's a very good plan, Jake. Go down and have a look.
Jake and Cody going to make sure. So they're
So
holding one.
Looks like they're holding 2 on that side angle.
Yeah, it's definitely one. We haven't had a indication from the marker. Not that I've spotted anyway. Well, a 2.
Well, if they are holding 2 and he gets that one in there, that'll be the end of the game.
Yep.
So it is a high pressure bowl. Got a chance to take the win. Jake now is having another look through his little monocular. Well, he's put it out there.
Yeah, I think he's playing a nice, safe draw line out there. Really want to impact too much.
Yeah, it's probably a good skips bowl in the end.
Looks like
Marker looks like they're holding 2.
holding
so
2 paddles, so it
2
was 2.
is. So that puts them 6 up on the last end. So they need a full count to force an extra end. So Dallas now is just roll the kitty down. We'll just see indication of what distance he's just past metre number 29. So he'll be deducting how far up that mat is. So it looks to be about a 23-metre end. But Dallas has been drawing very well this game. It's well pointed again, but I think he's not quite there with the weight. Perfect line. Helen is amazing to watch because she can't see that far, so she's only looking at the placement of the foot and then where her arm's going to go. Doesn't lift the head and away it goes. Probably just a little long, but that's okay. And Dallas being short, her being long, they're just down to 2 bowls each now. And it's a great correction here from Dallas. He's only a couple of inches in front of Kitty.
I think back to the very first end, Helen's second bowl, trailed the jack about 8 feet up the line. She could recall that now.
Well,
I'm sure she would.
Needing a full count, she's got to be behind and give Calvin something to play to, and she is. Yeah, just asking Dallas to go a metre further, just to get into that catching position. And I tell you what, he's done it pretty well. We got some humming happening here that Robbie's fixing. So down comes Helen. This looks to be a very good line. Just don't know that she's got the weight to get there. No, so I think Dallas and Jake, barring any sort of tragedy, I think they've got this sewn up. So Dallas just getting himself set. Lining up on his backhand, coming down, just probably looking to sit. Ooh. That one just climbed. Perfect weight though. Well, I think we might see a couple of close ones now. I think they realise that there's no real opportunity to force a sudden death end, so you tend to relax and bowl a lot better.
Yeah, I don't think I can even be creative enough to try and find a 6 out of this end.
No. No, and
Potentially trying to maybe play the backhand for Calvin and plough up through Helen's bowl, get it up past the jack,
push it back,
splinter and run a bit yourself, that kind of idea, but
he's still got that one bowl of Dallas's back there to deal with. So the call is 2. Jake's just having a look to make sure that there is no way that they can drop a 6. Yeah, I think he's coming down on the forehand. I think that's probably the better shot. Just a bit of a safety. Nestle in amongst their bowls there.
You could almost just have a little fun run at a couple of those bowls and get one off the green.
Yes, make it for certain.
Yeah. Maybe not with Helen's bowl
No.
in the way. Turn that up through the jack and then...
No, that's certainly what they're looking at now, but
Yeah.
I mean,
I think
that's
you
a
probably have to
very
be,
hard shot.
Yeah, you had to be doing that a bit earlier, I think, to try and get that perfect. Of course, those wing bowls of Jake Falberg's are closer than any of the back bowls of Helen and Calvin's.
Yes, it certainly looks it from my angle. But I think if he's going to have a go, it's a good time to just use it as a practice. It's just around him, so that'll be 2 to Jake and Dallas, which gives them the 2026 title for the pairs, the Open Vision-Impaired. Two is the final call.
So they end up closing it out at 17-19 after a little scare. Ends 11, 12 and 13, dropping 8 shots to bring it back to within 4 shots. Closing out with 2 2s. The pairing of Dallas and Jake. Big congratulations to them.
Jake was, well, for me, he was perhaps the most consistent draw. He certainly gave Jake a good start.
Yeah, Dallas played exceptionally well. His draw game, early days he was getting 1 in there. A couple of ends later he was getting 2 out of the 3, and then by the end of it he's getting 3 out of 3. Really piling on the pressure up front. To their credit, Helen and Calvin playing a couple of big bowls, trailing the jack for 3, a couple of good draw shots for 3, getting themselves back into the game, but it was Dallas Harding and Jake Falberg who salute and take the bickies.
Yet hats off though to all players. As we talked about earlier today, been out playing against them and had a blindfold on, and I think it's the most wrong biases I've ever put down in my life.
Alrighty, so we'll move on to our multi-disability open men's singles final. That's scheduled for 2 o'clock. They might bring that forward as both the games are done on this green, so stay tuned. But for now, thank you, Andrew Rees. I'm Matt Lucas, and we'll be back shortly.